Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome back to another episode of Backseat Consumers. I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm your host, Gabe.
So today, we're going back to our first episode. Not really. Another top video. We're going to do top games we anticipate for 2024.
There's
New
a
year.
lot of games.
There is a lot of games.
But not as many great ones.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're just going to say the four of them, and then just other games that are popular, that are noteworthy names.
Yeah, basically ours first, and then we'll go into what we think the noteworthy games are.
Yeah, we're not going to go in detail with those. We're just going to mention them.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
So
anyway, let's get into in no particular order and number of release date. Let's get into number one.
Okay. So first game that we're going to be talking about is a game I'm really looking forward to. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. It comes out on I believe
January 24th.
4th. That's right, and it's coming out on basically every console except Nintendo Switch, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. So it's something I'm really looking forward to as a game. I've played Like a Dragon.
I got a confession to make. I'm wearing a tube.
No shit.
It's obviously leading into it. If you haven't played Like a Dragon, you probably should story-wise to get into Infinite Wealth. It's gonna be so this is an interesting thing. It's a turn-based RPG in general. It has a lot of mini games and stuff like that. If anything, the system's kind of like Persona, except I don't think it really has an in-depth romance system like it does. It's more like you get your social stats, you get that type of stuff, and then there's a bunch of mini games you can go around doing, and it's more free roam. And it's not a calendar system. So that's the closest way I can compare it to. The director actually stated that this is the longest Yakuza game ever made so far.
Cool.
And he is nervous there are going to be people that won't be able to beat it. So in game length, I think that's going to mean it's going to be around like Persona 5 Royal length, like the 110-hour mark, I'm thinking, for completion.
People beat Baldur's Gate, so I have no idea why he's worried. If people could beat that and try to 100% it and they're still going, I think people will be able to beat a Yakuza game.
Oh no, absolutely. I think the biggest fear at that point would just be, is the Yakuza of a fan base going to do that?
Yeah, is people want to be able to complete it.
Yeah.
That's different than art.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm going to. I already know I will.
I'll probably just see clips and stuff because, to me, it's just another game series. I'm not a huge fan of Yakuza, but hey, if he likes it, there's clearly something good about it, you know?
I think I like the resemblance from One Piece characters and stuff like that it has. There's a good connection between them, and that's why I think I like the meat and potatoes of it.
Right.
So, but the combat system's cool. They're going to combine a couple of other things. I know they're planning to combine turn-based and real-time at the same time. So it was cool. Definitely check out the game. It's going to be a good one. I highly recommend it if you're into RPGs especially. So
yeah, if you like it, check it out. It's coming out January 24th, like we said, so pretty soon.
Pre-orders are already up.
Because I think this is releasing like the 2nd or whatever. This is releasing January 2nd, I think.
January 24th.
No, this video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this video. So it's
22 days.
So it's only 22 days from this video.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
It'll be close.
But anyway, like we said earlier, this list is in no particular order. We're just doing an order of release date, just so it is kind of an order. But it's not like like a Dragon's the worst one here or it's the best one here, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are going to talk about the next game on the list, which is a game I know I am particularly excited for, Persona 3 Reload. It's another Persona 3 remake, but I really like it because Persona 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's behind Persona 4 for me, which is my favorite game of all time. But Persona 3 is it's a remake. Really cool updated graphics, a lot of new changes. They changed some of the old voice actors, which I like how they're trying to keep it somewhat faithful to the original voice actors, but they also have their own spin on the character, you know? So it looks really cool. There's also They changed the all-out attacks graphics. It's the same music. So looking forward to that because Persona 3 has one of the best.
They're probably gonna redefine them, like make like a higher definition version of remastered type things. Yeah.
But it's just, if you know anything about me in Persona, you know it has the confidence, social links. It has the combat, which is fun. You know, the same thing about the turn-based combat. It has all the personas, which Monster Catcher, you love it. It has all those stuff.
Yeah.
There's the romance is back, which we know everyone loves.
Yeah.
And that character, the Persona protagonist in Persona 3, is a pimp. He just doesn't really care.
I think that the game in general is definitely a good, because so in terms of remakes, I feel like Persona 3 has had good ones, but it's also been kind of like dealt with not the best with some of their remakes. Like, I was very excited when they released the Persona 3 Portable. That's probably the only reason why I'm not going to play Reload right away, just because I just beat Portable long ago, so the story's kind of like too fresh.
Not gonna lie, I hated Persona Portable. I hated how they removed like the whole walking around it.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. And like, I know people love it because they added in the female protagonist, but I feel like that's cool. But what it took away does not go with what it added in.
Yeah.
To me, you added in something that I personally never played for something that I preferred, which is walking around, interacting with the world, as opposed to just top-down view, selecting it almost like it's a mobile game, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the way they did it. But I mean, I'm assuming that Reload is just the fix for all that. You know, I think that
new graphics,
it's what the game needs, to be honest. Like,
I hope some people are mad because, as far as I know, because I've been trying to stay more away from if they changed anything or spoilers, I don't think they added in the female protagonist back into it.
Which is understandable. I mean, maybe they'll release it as a DLC thing eventually.
Probably.
It's definitely possible. But I mean, to be fair, the way I look at it is that right now, as long as they remake the game itself, that is good enough as it is for what it is.
Also, I forgot to mention, this is releasing February 2nd on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X/S, and Xbox One, and of course, PC. Which I'm surprising because I think that's the first Persona game to be ported to PC.
It's no. Persona 5 and 4 are already on there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And all the and
but
the
first
Atlas
one to be ported to PC on release.
On release. Yeah, on release. I also think eventually they'll bring it to Switch, like they did with Royal and Golden. But
I think though it's gonna be hard too, because if this game could run on PS5, the Switch is gonna burn out trying to run this game.
It's gonna take a little bit, but if anything, it'll be released on the next one, the next gen of it.
The next Switch 2.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
But yeah.
So let's get into the third game.
So the next game is a game that we're both kind of looking forward to. I think the series is just also a massive series to not, bring up. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I actually did not play the 7 remake, the first one. I know. Did you, or you watch gameplay?
I watched someone Let's Play it, and then I played a little myself, just because it's so fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah. I've heard good things. My biggest complaint with Final Fantasy is the friends are my power type thing, but I feel like at the same time that's used in any type of social media thing now. Not social media, but like
it does have that, but also it's dark moments. Like, spoiler alert for a very old game, but Aerith dies and all that. Sephiroth is emo, and even in Final Fantasy 15, which a lot of people hate, you lose like the love interest. She gets murked. Your main character basically commits suicide just to save the world. So it's a little darker storytelling.
Yeah, it is definitely a dark story tone compared to like games like Kingdom Hearts and stuff.
My friends are my power.
Which can be kind of dark still, but it's definitely different in terms of Square Enix.
Also, but we forgot to say it releases February 29th, leap year.
Oh, leap year game, yeah.
And also releases only on PS5.
So those games I feel like are going to be tough with releases then on first, because it's such a restricted audience.
People are still going to buy it.
Still going to buy it.
It's one of the most popular games of all time.
Yeah.
Persona, yes.
But it's just like
Final
if
Fantasy
you don't
VII.
if you don't own a PS5, basically you're kind of screwed until they release it on a different.
I don't know if they'll end
console.
up releasing.
Did they ever release the remake, the first part of the remake on PC?
We'll look. We'll put it here if they did or not.
Yeah,
Which
we'll
be
just
like
say
a
yes or no. Yeah,
But we'll see.
yeah. But I mean, it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
So.
I like how it's reaching. It's crazy because I wonder how they're going to expand this because now you're reaching the meat and potatoes in the story. Because the first remake part 1 they did was like the whole first part of the game,
Like the first disc.
like the like the normal part of the game normal part of Final Fantasy VII. It's like the first hour or hour and a half if you're really stretching it. They spend into like 30 to 40 hours experience, you know,
Good.
with all the side quests. So I wonder how they're going to expand this. It's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a game series that I know in general a lot of people love, and then this one is probably one of the most iconic ones out there besides like 10. I think that it's good to see that they are putting this out because it does need this. It needs it because the game itself has been out long time ago, the original one. So.
And speaking of a game that's not going to be out a long time, let's get into the fourth one we are going to talk about. And that one is a game that we are personally excited for. And for me, it's actually the game I'm most excited for this year. And you're like, Christian, you love Persona 3. How is you more excited about this? Because Persona 3 is a story I have played a bunch of times. But this one is brand new and reminds me of a bunch of games, and that is Metaphor Refantazio.
That's definitely a game to look forward to.
This one doesn't have an official release date. If you look at the most recent trailers, it just says slated for fall of 2024. So that means it could be pushed back to 2025. We don't know, but as of right now, it's fall 2024.
Don't give me hope.
So this game reminds me of a lot of games, like I said. So many potential fathers of this game.
Welcome back, everybody, and today we are going to find out who the father of Metaphor Refantazio is. So, we are going to speak to all our candidates and find out who it possibly could be. First on the list, Final Fantasy, what do you think?
It's not me. I made sure of that.
SMT, what do you think? Oh, I thought I was going neutral, not chaotic. Persona, I'd like to hear your point of view.
Well, can't be me. I'm too cool for that.
As for you, Fire Emblem? Well, it can't be me. I gotta get married first. I have the results right here in front of me, and I will say who the father is. It is all of you!
I guess so.
No! God, please, no!
You know, it's basically a fusion of SMT, Persona, it reminds you of Fire Emblem, but to me it has more like the Final Fantasy story, you know.
It looks like the setting is really, really well done. Like, honestly, Atlas, as much as I can say, I am kind of an Atlas fanboy. You know, I really like that stuff. But to be fair, they really flesh out their games. They do a really good job. There are some like ones in there that slip through the cracks, but even then, like, those games are still genuinely decent, good games, you know. Yeah. And I think that this game, Metaphor, like, from just the trailer, it looks like it's gonna be a very well like done game. Like, it has the soul just as soon as the trailer starts.
And if it releases with enough time before the Game Awards next year, it will, or this year, 2024, it will definitely win Game of the Year. I think it has that chance.
Yeah, I think it's going to definitely compete up there.
Yeah,
we also don't know the
beautiful art style, and if you love the music of Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5, you're going to love the music because the same person who composed all three of those games is composing this one.
Yeah.
It has like this mecha spin to it, like the characters look like they turn into giant mechas, and it has like a story of like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like the king dies, and now there's this tournament to place a new king, and it's so like fantasy. There's like elves in it. There's, I don't know if there's doors or anything, but at least there's elves, there's like little pixies / fairies. So it looks really cool.
Different types of creatures and stuff. It
Yeah.
looks very fantasy. I also think that everything is on a huge scale, like we were saying with the mechs and everything.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a social link system. It has the calendar system. It has the turn order.
It has
set
the
up,
press turns
the
of
press
SMT.
turns. Yes, I love
The press
SMT
turn
systems.
system,
Yeah, so seeing that fleshed out in the game is something definitely to look forward to. And I don't know, in terms of game of the year, from what I can see right now, out of all the games we have seen, it is very early, obviously, to say what other games there, but just what I can tell, this game is definitely one that I would like to be game of the year because, again, we don't know what surprises can happen, but it's like it's just a really good looking game. Like,
It is. It looks so
really
beautiful.
good.
Like we'll pull up the trailer, or we may have already pulled up the trailer,
Mhm.
but it's just so beautiful. And you know what's funny? A character from Persona 5 looks like she's one of the characters from this game. The character Chifune, the Fortuna.
Not Chifume. Chihaya?
Chihaya.
Yeah, Chifume is a mix of that and the Hifumi, the shogi girl.
Yeah. The thing is, all the side characters, I really don't remember their names that much because they're so. It's Japanese names, and I have a hard time pronouncing them.
There's the ones I always remember, the ones I connect to the most. Those
Yeah,
are the
like
ones
the main
that stick
characters.
like glue.
The main characters to me.
And Kawakami. I like Kawakami.
Yeah. Also, her name is just easy. Kawakami.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I think this game though, Metaphor, is just it's gonna knock my socks off. Like I bet you I put that game in, and as soon as you're gonna be able to tell the love and soul they put into it.
And like even the opening of the trailer, like they're bringing up how like there's a parallel world where everyone's equal and all that, and it's like almost like a fantasy setting, which is kind of I get why it's like a Fire Emblem vibe to it. But it's a very beautiful looking game.
Something definitely to look forward
And not
to.
only the trailers look like they could just be an old anime and someone will watch it,
Do we know what consoles they're going to be released on?
It actually just says, according to this, PC and then just consoles.
Consoles?
Just consoles.
So they haven't determined which consoles.
Console.
Well, which ones
we
think?
know what they showed a trailer for Xbox, and if it's on Xbox, it's going to be on PlayStation.
It's going to be on PS5.
It's going to be on PlayStation.
I'm glad it's on PC though. That's good because this Steam Deck's going to hopefully be able to run it.
Yeah. All I know is I will be able to run it. Like I hope I have a PC by then, because if I do, then I could play it.
Yeah, that game is definitely one that you'll see us talk about at some point, like 100%.
We're definitely gonna play it.
Yeah.
But anyway, should we get into just what we're gonna mention? Other games that could make
basically we want to give like a mention of a bunch of games on the list that we know we have respect for, we think are also very popular, and we'll do this calendar date. So you could start with the first one. Or
Metaphor.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one on that list is actually going to be Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. It's going to be releasing January 18th, I believe, and it's going to be on PS5, PS4, the Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. So basically the same. Everything but Nintendo in this case.
Yep. So who knows? That Prince of Persia is a great series. So
it might be a pretty good game.
Yeah. Speaking of a great series, there's next Ace Attorney game, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. The trilogy is coming to Switch on January 25th.
It's a big one too. A lot of people love it. I actually never played it.
I never played an Ace Attorney game either.
I will eventually though. I want to.
It reminds me of Danganronpa, where it's that case file level. Yeah. Where every chapter is a case.
It's got its heart. So.
Anyway, the next game?
Tekken 8 is going to be releasing January 29th or 28th?
26th.
26th. I can't read.
It's funny because Like a Dragon, Apollo Justice, and those games are releasing in 3 straight days. January 24th, Like a Dragon. 25th, Ace Attorney. 26th, Tekken 8.
A lot of people are going to be losing money out of their wallets. Tekken 8.
I already lost it for Christmas, so might as well lose it for a New Year.
Tekken 8 is also going to be a very high quality game, so expect it to only be on the big consoles: PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. which makes sense.
It's not going to be on Switch.
Yeah. No, maybe eventually, but it's not going to look good.
It's going to go on the Switch's next console, which I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So now we're moving on to the next one.
The next one is Tomb Raider remastered. It's the first one, the second one, and the third one remastered. And that's coming to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Switch, surprisingly, and PC for February 15th is its release date.
We missed one then, I think.
Which one did we
Right?
miss? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one at the top.
Yeah, I'll
Whoops.
get that one next.
I completely forgot that one existed.
It's all good. But that game, iconic series in general.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it's good to see the remastered versions.
Lara
come out.
Croft!
Yeah. The next game we was supposed to be before, but it's totally fine. It's gonna be Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. It's gonna be releasing February 14th.
February 2nd.
Second. Oh, completely off. Same day as Persona 3 Reload.
Yep.
And it's also, I'm pretty sure, a very high quality game. So it's gonna be releasing. Well, in terms of visuals.
Yeah.
So it's going to be releasing. I can't read from here.
PS5, Xbox, and PC.
And PC.
And
Okay.
newest Xbox is
Xbox Series XS. Yeah. Again, it's a very
a Series X.
good console type one. You got next?
Yep. Next is Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Switch. That is releasing February 16th.
Not surprised. It's on the Switch. That
No,
makes
it's
sense.
Mario.
It's
Mario will never be on another console.
It has, but in the years, but very rare occasions.
Very rare occasion.
Very
It's
rare
never
occasion.
a major competitor.
Yeah. After that, we got Skull and Bones.
Who wants to be a pirate?
Always a fun scene, especially for me.
Every guy at one point in their life definitely had a fantasy about wanting to be a pirate. With all the boys, rocking a pirate ship.
Well, I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
I see why it was there. It actually does not have an assigned date.
It does not have a assigned date because it's in both this. The website we're using for this has it's sorted by month, and this is in February, but it also doesn't have an actual date.
It doesn't have an actual date. Maybe that's the assumption that it's going to be
in
that.
February.
Anyway, it's high consoles.
Yes.
PS5,
newest generation,
Xbox Series XS, PC. So get your wallets ready.
Yep, get your wallet ready for this month. So next, I think is which one is next?
Dragon Dogma 2.
Yeah,
I believe.
Dragon Dogma 2. Never heard of it.
What?
Gonna be honest, but I haven't heard of it. I think I've heard
You've
of
probably
it,
heard
but
of the
never
first
seen
one,
it.
Dragon's Dogma. It's one of those games I feel like the title's very big. My friend Tyler was actually telling me about it very recently. But this one comes out March 22nd. Another high console game. Right now, the assigned consoles are PS5, Xbox Series SS, and PC. So it's definitely up there on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one?
So the next one is going to be Princess Peach Showtime. I wonder, is this the first Princess Peach game, her own standalone game? If so, congratulations. It's only been what?
I think it is her
amount of
first
years?
standalone game.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the snow?
It's only been X amount of years since Mario first debuted and Peach first debuted. So, she debuted differently. But,
Yeah. Well, good for her. She
good for her.
honestly
She deserves it.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
And what's the release day?
Maybe she's saving Mario this time.
Maybe.
But it's coming out March 22nd.
Same
only
day.
on.
Same day as Dragon's Dogma. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me. After that, it's in August, I believe. Black Myth Wukong. It releases August 20th, I believe that says.
Yep.
This is another high console game, PS5, Xbox Series, XS, and PC. It's basically Elden Ring, but you're Sun Wukong.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what it makes me think of. It looks like a very intense type of series.
If it's like Elden Ring, a lot of people are going to play it. I hope it doesn't win Game of the Year because it doesn't deserve it compared to Metaphor or even Final Fantasy VII. We're over that, at least in my opinion.
It might get something for art though. We'll see how it goes.
Probably.
A lot of these games that we mentioned.
If Metaphor is in there, it's not winning art.
No, that's true.
If Metaphor is in there, or Final Fantasy VII ain't winning art. Sorry, Sun Wukong, but you are gonna get screwed over by the fact you're in the same year as a lot of other good games.
That's true.
So,
Well, we'll see how a lot of these games do because
we'll see next year. We'll talk about that.
yeah,
Next
well,
December
you'll definitely
part,
see
this
the
coming
game of the
December.
year. There were a lot of good ones, and now we wanted to mention the ones that do not have dates. We already did Skull and Bones accidentally, even though it seems like it's announced for February.
Yeah.
But the first one on the list
is Killing Floor 3, a zombie game.
right now it's announced only for PC, but I'm pretty sure 1 and 2 have been put on other consoles before, so you'll probably see it on other ones. But no announced date. If you like zombie killing games.
I always thought it was actually a pretty fun game because I remember we used to play it together. Killing Floor 2, I think it was, right?
Yeah, it's very fun. You just go around murdering a bunch of zombies.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
It's basically like old zombies.
yeah,
From,
yeah,
Call of Duty.
yeah. That's the best comparison. Zombies and Left 4 Dead put
Left
into
4
one
Dead,
because the
yeah.
map's like huge.
It's
too.
like huge maps, but you're still able to run around, buy guns, upgrade
Yeah.
weapons, upgrade your gear.
It's very
stuff
bloody
like that.
too.
It is very bloody.
Very bloody. The
But it's very
physics
fun.
and stuff are really good for a zombie game.
Yeah.
So the next one is Little Nightmares 3.
Never heard of it.
So I played the first and the second one. I do suggest them for you though. So this one, again, no release date, but this one's going to be a little more open on what games consoles are coming out for. It's actually coming out on everything up at this time. So PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So that's pretty much everything that's people are playing right now. It's a good game if you're thinking horror, side-scrolling with 3D, and it's terrifying and very intense. A lot of heart-jumping moments, like heart racing. So definitely recommend it.
So the next one is, if I scroll down to it in time, where is it? South Park Snow Day. I didn't even know they were making a new South Park game, but if they are, really cool because South Park's Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole. They're a really fun game. So if it taps into that magic of almost like you're dropped into the South Park world, it'll be fun.
Which ones are they releasing on?
It's releasing on PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch. Surprisingly, don't know how it's gonna run, and PC.
Well, I feel like the decision behind that would be we're just not going to even attempt to put it on PS4 and Xbox One at that point.
I'm just surprised
The
because if the
Switch
Switch could run it, I would be surprised because the Switch, a PS4 and Xbox One could run more than a Switch can.
It looks like a 3D Castle Crashers like game
Castle Crashers
with
is
South Park
really fun.
characters. So yeah, I'm expecting it to do really well.
If you guys know Castle Crashers, eventually we're gonna play it.
I am inevitable.
Oh, eventually we'll definitely put
It's
it
a
on
really
Switch.
fun game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last game on the list is Star Wars Outlaws. So this game, again, no release date, but it comes out, I'm pretty sure, high quality systems, right? It's going to be like PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Most games like that now are pretty much on the high end.
And also, when it comes to that, I'm just letting you know, I'm not going to play it. And even if you suggest it for this channel, I refuse.
Sorry, but I refuse.
Because when I think Star Wars, I think about, especially if they advertised it originally as an open world experience, I want to create my own character and dump him into the world. Not even just a model after me. Like, even if he just looks like the weirdest combination in character creation, where like even aliens are like, oh my god, that looks creepy. You know, that looks stupid, goofy. Like, I want to do that. I don't want to just have a pre-built character, and I know like Jedi Survivor and all that has it. But those games, they're also meant to be that because it's in the past, so it's not like you could dump yourself off and fully do this.
Yeah.
But this one seems like, I don't know for sure, but it's going to be a more modern setting, you know, in the trash sequels ones.
Yeah.
So if it's in that era, you have a whole bunch of time to fool around with, do whatever you want. So
Hopefully it's at least a decent game. I would like. I don't know. I'm a very like I want to see games do well type person, but what I can tell, I don't think it's gonna be. Excuse me, I have like a hiccup. I don't think it's gonna be on my list of games that I'm like, you need to play this.
Yeah.
So
It's probably not going to be a bad game. It's just the fact that it was originally advertised as open world, and then you're pre-built to play as a bounty hunter, and it's a girl bounty hunter. It's not even like, oh, you're a bounty hunter, and then you get to choose whether you want to play as like an alien species or you're just forced to play as another human. You know, like what if I wanted to play as one of your other species, or what if I wanted to play as like what's it called, a night sister, something like that. You know, like, can't do that.
After seeing the flex of Valerian Studios with Baldur's Gate, it's kind of like thinking like, how are people not trying to expand on these type of things? Yeah. So it is a downfall, but I mean, hopefully it's a good game and it still does the job.
But anyway, that's all the games we mentioned or have listed mentioned. There's so many more. If we went through each game and talked a little about them, this video would be like 16 hours long, and I don't think no one wants to see that. So,
well, there's a lot of games coming out further throughout the year, and there are going to be more announced, I'm sure, throughout. So we'll probably see if we can bring those up eventually at some point if they are like something we want to talk about. But other than that, let us know what your games are looking forward to. Is it ones that we mentioned that you are, or ones we didn't even mention? Because we would like to hear them. Maybe it's something we would like to know. You know, put that in the comments. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know, and we want to thank you for watching the video and hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it.
So I've been your host, Chris.
I've been your host, Gabe. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and
subscribe.
No, I said subscribe.
What is it? Oh, hit the bell.
Hit the bell. There you go. Ding, ding, ding. I was like, I said that already.
Anyway, peace out.
Logging out.